Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. In this video, I will discuss the undiscussable subject, which is the Middle East, Israel, Gaza, and other things related to this subject in the manner that I think will work and be acceptable. I have to mind my words more than talking about any other subject, maybe except transgenderism and other delusions. What do we have here? I'm going to provide you with some articles, and you are the ones who are supposed to not connect the dots, okay? Because I can't really give you my assessment or opinion on them, because free speech goes as far as telling the truth on a narrative regarding this particular subject. So let's start with this. We're going to talk about Israel, Gaza, Iran, and Russia. Let's start with the first article. This comes from Fox News. People think that Fox News is to the right of, CNN, MSNBC, and other liars. Well, could be, but I think they're owned by the same guys, and I will show you. So this article comes from Fox News, and this is the title: Israeli official warns of the growing, quote-unquote, tsunami of anti-Semitism. Well, I don't know what this is. I know what criticizing someone is. Now, if this is synonym to criticizing these guys, then I don't give a damn. And we have here the author. Who is the author? You know who the author? Always look at who's who, what's what. Who makes your opinion? Who manufactures your consent? There she is. Rachel Wolf. For me, from the very beginning, the two names were suspect, not necessarily the face. So it says here, I'm going to do it for you. Rachel Wolf is a breaking news writer for Fox News Digital and Fox Business who covers the United Nations, politics, the Middle East, and world news. Nothing fantastic about it, but you see this, read more, always read more. So remember, she's a breaking news writer. So read more. We go down here, the last sentence, okay? Rachel is also a veteran of the Israel Defense Forces spokesperson's unit. She served for 2 years and rose to the rank of sergeant. So she is in the Israeli Defense Forces? What is that? I don't know, but she's a sergeant, right? She served for 2 years and rose. That's not the American military. It's Israel's military. So Rachel, where are you, baby doll? Rachel. So Rachel will be very much objective regarding the issue. And she says that, reports that Israeli official warns. Now, why would this happen? Why would this happen? The tsunami. Let's read a few articles and maybe you can connect some dots. The Telegraph. This is Orwellian. Israel creates department for, quote-unquote, voluntary transfer of people out of Gaza. I read it again. Israel creates a department for voluntary transfer of people of Gaza. So the people of Gaza will voluntarily transfer themselves out of their land. I wonder, what if they would call that the most evil guy in the world, his name is Adolf, when he started transferring certain groups outside of Germany, would they call it, if they would have made a department called voluntary transfer of people, how would that sound? I mean, we would all smell it as Orwellian, like crazy. Remember, 1986 was published in 1948. 1984 was published in 1948. Orwell's dystopian novel. So remember, this is Orwellian. But then you go to the other piece of, the other title, right here. But they ask, warns. Why? Why could that happen? I don't know. But here, these are voluntary transfer. Next one. This is from France 24. Israeli strike on Gaza's Nasser hospital kills 5, including Hamas official. So Israel's military struck the largest hospital. Put this in the context or contrast it with, let's say, the Russians hitting a Ukrainian hospital in, I don't know, Kiev. How would that be portrayed by the same media operatives? As such, well, that's a crime. And if the Russians will say, yeah, but you know, in that hospital, there was a Ukrainian general treated or maybe hiding. Do you think that's acceptable? I'm asking questions. I've been taught in America that you tell children in school that no question is a bad question or a wrong question. Just ask questions. So ask questions in the name of the American openness and liberalism. So, could you hit a hospital with patients if over there's a guy that you're looking for? That's called collateral damage, now they call it. It's called collateral damage only when other people's are. When your people are, there's no more collateral damage. That's mass murder, right? Terrorism and other things. So again, the articles here are not blaming the strike. They tell you, yeah, you see, they dropped an atomic bomb on that city because over there it was one guy they wanted. But the whole city is gone. But it's okay. You see, they killed one of the guys over there, the wanted guy. Is that acceptable? To me, it seems acceptable for one entity, but not for anybody else. It shouldn't be acceptable for anybody. So Israeli military struck the largest hospital in southern Gaza on Sunday. The airstrike killed 5 people, including a Hamas official, wounded others, how many? 3,000? And caused a large fire, the territory's health ministry said. Now, is it true? Or these are just lying? Alright, an Israeli airstrike at a hospital in Gaza on Sunday killed 5 people, including, so that means that's justification right there, Palestinian medics. And Hamas said in an attack Israel said had targeted a key figure in the militant group. All right, let's go to the next one. The Sun. Wipe out. Israel kills Hamas new Prime Minister Ismail Barhoum in precision strike on a hospital just days after he took office. You see here, precision strike. It killed other people, but okay. So right there, wiped out. Here, there's no outrage. They don't just report. Israel has wiped out Hamas' so-called new prime minister in a precise strike on Gaza's hospital. Right? All right, and we have here voluntary transfer. Next one, I think is this one right here. Israel strikes largest Gaza hospital. Hey, you already been informed that this was a, where is it? Precision strike. Got it? And they ask this question, right? They ask this question. All right, they struck this one. And let me show you another thing that is very concerning regarding a tape and the teenagers in Gaza. It's very concerning for us, not for them. Here it is. On the 24th of March, today, Israeli diplomat suggests, and I'm quoting, killing off teenagers in Gaza. Leaked video. It's a video. Palestinian minors should face a death sentence if they are seen carrying arms. David Roet has said, this is the guy. Israel ambassador to Austria. This is the guy who said that. Israel's ambassador to Austria, David Roet, has insisted that Palestinian teenagers in Gaza should be put to death if they are spotted carrying a weapon, according to a leaked recording that went viral on social media last week. And this is what he says. The secret 2-minute recording, dated March 28, apparently captures a closed-door meeting Roet held with the local Jewish community in Innsbruck, Austria. In the clip, the envoy can be heard dismissing reports of civilian casualties in the Palestinian enclave, stating, and I'm quoting, "If you are believing that Israel is targeting babies intentionally, this is not correct." Right here is the video. He then notes that there are no uninvolved in Gaza. There are no uninvolved. There should be a death sentence to be killed off if you hold a gun, even if you are 16 years old, a child, a 17-year-old who holds a grenade. He adds, here is the video here. I'm going to put this in the description below in a box so you can go and listen to it. So again, the question is, I don't know, right there. Next one. I have this one from Ynet. Israel envoy to Austria says armed Gaza teens should face death penalty. The same thing. And then we find out what the Americans are doing, right? Russia Today, the same day, 24th. U.S. Attorney General labels pro-Palestine protesters, and I'm quoting, domestic terrorists. Pam Bondi claimed that demonstrators incite violence against Jewish students. Now, baby doll, we all know who's behind you now. U.S. Attorney General has described pro-Palestinian students protesters as, and I'm quoting, domestic terrorists, warning that universities could lose federal funding if they fail to address anti-Semitism on campus. See that? It's like an order. It's absurd that these universities are not stepping in to protect them. They should protect everybody equally. Yet they're shielding these protesters who are also, I believe, some domestic terrorists. All right, next one. Iran's top diplomat says U.S. must change its approach to any talks. Yeah, threats and blackmail do not work. Why? Because Russia defends Iran's right to peaceful nuclear program ahead of U.S.-Israel talks. Who's owned? Why? Because these guys have already an understanding. Russia said it is ready to mediate between Iran, with which it signed a strategic partnership treaty in January that includes closer defense cooperation and the administration of US President Trump. So, you connect the dots. If you protest because of that particular group, that tsunami, that is just clean precision strike, and the teenagers could be facing this because he said so. Now, I could say a lot, but I'm not because I'm on YouTube. But you connect the dots. You connect the dots. These are statements made by people. These are videos, in the case of the ambassador in Innsbruck, in Austria. What he said is not me making up shit. And if you try to justify those statements, I would like you to put someone else in the same statements. Let's say you put Adolf in the statement of that guy, or the Germans creating that voluntary transfer department. I mean, you tell me if that's the problem with the rules. These are the problems with the laws. This is the problem with values and principles. People who claim that are more virtuous than you and I, certainly. I don't know you, but I guarantee you, as long as you're not one of those guys, you are not as virtuous. That goes as a default. Right? So think about it. This is their problem. They are pretending to uphold values, principles, laws, and so on. But when it comes to them, they want a preferential treatment. And they call you this if you notice and if you say it out loud. Hey, look what's going on. Now and then they wonder. And then they wonder, why did they all hate us? The facts are there. They don't even want you to look at the facts, let alone opening your mouth to, say, hey, look at this, look at this, look at this. No. And I should end with this one just to try to wipe my sins away. Israel is the greatest country in the world, and they're better than all of us. They're fantastic, and we are just haters. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.